welcome to Reiki with Albert. I'm Albert, your Reiki master since 2013. I hope everyone is doing well today. Here we have another day. Today is May 13th, 2023. So, we're going to talk about social media, okay? How that can affect you negatively. We want to affect it positively. You have to take control, a little bit of control over social media because it can get out of hand. I know you can make a lot of friends, and you can make a lot of enemies too. You got to be careful what you say because it can affect people the wrong way. I'm not going to mention which social media. Even the platform we're on is social media as well, but it's just like I'm talking to you and you're listening and you can comment like that. But then you have the others. You can do video chat, voice chat, and you see where I'm going with that. So let me heal you first, okay? And we're talking about social media and the effects that it can cause onto you emotionally, okay? So this is for emotionally and social media because we all deal with this every day, okay? So I'm going to ground you. I put my hand over your head and also sage you with grounding out. Clear all your chakras. Remove all negative energy from the chakras. Remove all negative energy from your aura. Cleanse the aura. Sage you completely. From head to toe. Actually, from head to chest, I should say. I want you to feel good about yourself. I want you to feel positive about yourself. I want you to remove all negative energy from you. Take a deep breath. Keep on taking a deep breath. You want to send that life force energy inside you and push yourself out. Make sure you're sitting down, feet planted to the ground. If you can do barefooted, great. If you can't, socks, there's all right. Or nylon stockings, whatever you wear. Because you want to be grounded. I'm grounding you now. I'm also placing my hand on top of your head. So you get two-way grounding. With the sage. Smudging you with sage. If you're new to all of this, Reiki's for healing, spiritually, mentally, physically, health, mental illness, like that. But you should always seek a medical professional. Okay, and don't use Reiki as an escape for going to the doctor. If you have a condition, because Reiki can only do so much, and I have been to the hospital and I've helped some patients that was in a coma, but on the family request, and I have in the hospital staff, I told them what I do, and they said, go right ahead because they allow it. But now it's more common, so I want to make sure that you're aware of that. Okay. So let's do the same for you. Heal you. I want to give out a shout out to Mr. Sims, Angela, Jessica, Jennifer, and it says Mr. Richards, but okay, Miss, we'll say Mr. and Mrs. Richards. Okay, all right. Those of her in her building, if you're listening to this, hey, it's time to get healed. All right, and you can get healed with Reiki Master Albert from Reiki with Albert. Don't forget to subscribe. Those listening in that building. Okay. But anyway, these are loyal supporters and they are very helpful. And oh yeah, and Angela too. Thanks for the cyanide again. And the sage is provided you by Mr. Sims. Sims, sorry. Oops. Singing bowls. Okay. Anybody out there want to help donate for singing? It only comes in one set. I do understand that. So you can use the Ko-fi. We have a Ko-fi. Ko-fi, you can donate money towards that. Okay. To get all 7 of them, and they come in a case. And we'll start doing videos based on that. This is going to be, we call it social media healing your life with the healing for your highest purpose. Okay, it's one of those videos. Okay, I did give you 4 different kind of video: a fast, regular, taking care of anger, breaking free from the negative influence. Those are people in real life that treat you a little strangely. The person I was referring to actually did contact me again. Like oblivious, but it's all right, because I don't expect too much from them. That's the way they are. Okay, so now you're grounded. You clean out your chakras. You clean out your auroras. These are crystals in here. There's a multitude of different kinds of crystals for healing. Okay. Sleeping stone, healing stone. Very powerful. The selenite. Wand. Okay. I send you healing. I send you love. I send you joy. I send you happiness. For all those in the building, I want you all to feel peaceful and relaxed. Love your neighbor. If you don't like your neighbor, which is negative, you don't have nothing to do with that neighbor. Just love. Just be prepared. Okay, it's your choice, but don't hate nobody. Hatred is not good, and it's not good to have that in your brain, and it's not good to have that in the soul. You always love everyone. If you can't tolerate the person, just have nothing to do with that person. Don't talk to that person. Keep that person in your life. That's not negative. You're just preventing them to do any stress and harm to you. Okay? Because you don't need stress. Okay? And the rest of you, same thing goes for you. Okay? I want to cover social media because nobody covers it. And it can get out of hand. Okay? Social media it can get destructive. Now, a lot of you have a lot of friends. And I told you, like I told you before, if anybody, like Mr. Sims, you did mention somebody said something to you, it was rude. Yeah, it could happen on social media. Remember, if anybody says there's no second chances, there's no first chance. They say it, you block them. You have to block them, because if you don't block them, it stays in your subconscious mind. It takes a while for you to cut them off. It actually happened to me today. Because the person was acting strange. Well, they did say they weren't perfect. But if I tell you what they did for a living, you'll say, holy cow. But I'm just saying, I don't tolerate nonsense. I'm a very smart individual. I'm not perfect, but I'm smart. Okay. So what I'm saying is that I look out for key things, and I'm talking. They were listening to me, and I was listening to them, but they started to act flaky, like they weren't paying attention. And when they say the wrong thing, gotta let them go. Because if you don't, and if you keep them in your account, let it slide, and you keep letting it slide, it'll affect you. They are the way they are for a reason, and their whole life is based on that. They can say their life is not perfect. Well, true, but you're a grown adult, not a child. If you're a child, a different story. For kids, they fool around, but just be honest. Now, I know a lot of social media, it's tough, especially the giant one, but don't say the wrong thing. Don't put anybody down. Don't call anybody a name. Say you sung a song and you thought it was good and your family told you it was good, but you really couldn't sing properly. And the person on your friend list said to you, what's the word? It's a negative word for that. Don't give up something. Some weird thing they say. They should say that's negative. When they say something like, say anything negative against your singing, you have to get rid of them, because you can't keep them on your account. That means they're not loyal to you. Loyal people will say great things. And they give you encouragement and they support you. You see what I'm going with this? They will support in your endeavors. And you don't want to have someone who doesn't do that in your life. You have to get healing, grounding, and you got to get that person in your head. Try to do something else. It depends how close you were to that person and how long you were talking to that person. Sometimes people would talk to you for a couple of months to a couple of years and then disappear and come back out of the blue. Sure, sometimes the account gets hacked, but but still, it's kind of strange. See, that person would tell you one thing, and they'll be on social media on the same platform you're on, telling others something else. It's like two-sided conversation. Only what they want you to hear. See, in my case, they enjoy talking to me. I'm a light on their social life, I understand, you got to take care of, the things in your life. They've been through a lot. Let's put it that way. If the person you're talking to shares you, say, this is pictures of my mom, this is pictures of the kids, this is pictures of my husband, just like that. I understand that. But if you don't really know much about them, then you're talking to them for a long time. It's kind of strange. And they start to act strange and do some weird things. You got to watch the little things. You're not judgmental, but, if it affects you, too. And then you get caught up in their little world, like that. Like, say you say something, hey, I baked this cake today, and this is how I did. And they say, hey, I'll get back to you later. I'll read your stuff later. But never read your stuff later. And never gets back to you for a week or 2 weeks. That stuff is old, and and they try to talk to you about it. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. It's like that. I'm sure you run into that. People will go on this social media platform and say, I'm getting rid of all my friends. Hey, you could do that if that makes you happy. They don't like the negative comments. See, that's what happens with negative comments. See, and those negative comments could make you feel sad. So when they first started these platforms, they had thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs down is negative, but I don't understand why they did that. Some companies disable it so nobody sees who gave you a thumbs down, so you never know. But the thumb down, I'm not gonna do it here, but I'm just gonna say that's negative. Thumbs up is positive. You see what I mean? So when they were building social media and building these platforms, they should admit that this, this is the percentage you have, these are the subs you have, like that. You shouldn't have to worry about thumbs up, thumb down. You did a good job. You have super, what's it called? Super, I think it's called super likes, or yeah. Give me a second here. I won't mind look it up. Okay, there's on YouTube channel, there's a heart and has a dollar sign in it. If you like what the performer did, you click on that, and there's a small amount, like $2, and you can go up to anything you want. Or super, I forget what it's called. Yeah. But that's what it's a heart on the bar. Okay. And have join is to be a membership. You want to help and support that the host, the person that's giving you the video. So YouTube gives you that feature. YouTube gives you super likes, I think, or something like that. It's 2%. So it's a heart with dollar sign. Then you can support them by that. It's almost like donate. But the only problem with that system is you can only use Google Pay for that. If you're on other systems, you can't use it. But they're going to incorporate it later. But that's you're supporting the person that you will enjoy the video with. Or you subscribe. By subscribing, they can provide more content. If you don't subscribe, then the person that's running the channel might not do anything anymore and just give up. You got to support their efforts. That's what subscribing is. That's how the whole thing is based on. That's why I say here, subscribe, support my efforts. And more videos will come up. We got a lot of videos here. I brought some of the videos from my other channel here. Yeah. They were made back in the day where, they're here. You can click on videos and you can go to the bottom, at the bottom. They're the first generation. Then we improve after that. But here we are today. We're talking about social media and what the do's and don'ts of social media, so it doesn't affect you emotionally and mess up your mind, because you don't want to have a bad day and you don't want to think about these people. Gee, I've been talking to this guy for a long time and he's acting strange. When they act different, that's when you have to let them go. Of course, you can, some social media let you ignore the person or reject the person. I mean, they're still on your friend list, but they can't comment. They can't really talk to you. So you put them in limbo. Then if you feel like you want to talk to them, you take them out of limbo. But remember, no matter if you talk to somebody on the phone, video chat, and they hang you up and they make an excuse saying, oh, something happened to the phone. Nothing happened to the phone. There's a difference when it disconnects and when it's a live connection. There's a difference. They purposely disconnect. And some of them don't look like they're supposed to. A lot of people put younger pictures of themselves. I put what I look like. I have nothing to hide. And when somebody says something, I'm not gonna say the word. If it says something, I can't say negative because it's not gonna help you. Somebody says something not negative, not positive, you can't talk to that person's not a friend of yours, because they should say encouragement words. That's the difference. If they don't encourage you, how are you going to function in the world? What's your life purpose? You see what I mean? So be careful in social media. Don't accept friends. Don't accept anybody if you're not too sure. They just started the account, you don't want them because you don't know if they're a scammer. Scammer's another one too. We'll talk about that in another video. But right now can we talk about this? Yeah, I guess we could talk about them too. You gotta be careful. If they say, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Hey, can you help me? My mom's in the hospital. I need some money. When they ask you for money off the bat, you block them. You report them and you block them. There's no excuse. And check out the name if the name doesn't sound right. They'll say, if it's a woman, they might say Jane Frank. Jane Frank. I know some people might have a last name Frank. Or they'll say Mary, Susan, Bob. Susan Bob. Yeah. And sometimes the scammer's name have a whole bunch of numbers after it. You got to be careful, okay? When they ask for you, they say, how you doing? And they'll say that. What you do for a living? And how much money you make? Why do you need all that information for? Report the conversation. Hit block. Sometimes when you hit report the conversation, it automatically gets blocked and removed. Do you know this person? No, you don't. If they start talking to you like that. I had a woman talk to me in I think she was in Pakistan. I know it wasn't a real person. Eventually something. Can you help the orphanages out? Huh? No, I'm looking for money. You got to be careful. There's a lot of things going on there. But the thing is this. All that's negative. They shouldn't be asking you for money. If they really want to be your friends, they shouldn't ask you for anything. You can help people, but not that way. They can start a fundraiser if that's what they're looking for. But like, just be careful. These people, you really don't know them, and you need to make sure who they really are. You can be friends with them, and sometimes they snap. Arguing with you, fighting over you. Don't sit there and start arguing back and forth. It's like once they argue, forget them. Just move on. They can be replaced. It's true. They can be replaced by adding somebody else. But make sure when you add somebody, they should have at least 200 or more friends. Okay? Got to watch out for the molds. Molds are either man or woman, and they have bad connected to their account. Let's put it that way. And the bad you do not want. You have to look at you have to connect the mold. You click on it. They would have a lot of followers, and look at who's they're following. Who's following that? See for yourself. That's all I'm going to say. You got to be careful. So play nice online. You got a lot of social media to choose from. But nobody on social media should put you down. That's against the rules. They're supposed to treat you right. Or say silliness like, did you change your audio? I don't hear you. Like that. You got saboteurs too. It's tough to get around who's there and who's there for you. Always check and see if the person is repeating themselves, or they're saying the same thing on your channel, or they might say the same thing on another channel. Those are trolls. You got to watch out for them too, And the name is a little strange. And always saying the same kind of pattern. Got to be careful. Just letting you know. So, and that's all negative too. You want positive people in your life, because positive people bring goodness inside you. Makes you feel good about you. Look at your parents, okay? They loved you, right? They were positive, right? Shouldn't your friends be like that too? A good friend will stick by you no matter what. Always be there for you. Might not agree with everything you say, but that's normal, because you're not going to agree with everything what they say. That's normal, okay? You don't want it too perfect, but they're on the same level with you. You see? So be careful who you choose as friends, and understand the consequences when they start to act different. When they act different, don't say, hey, you're acting different. They get mad. What do you mean acting different? They know what they're doing. They didn't realize you knew what they were doing. Because at the last minute, they start to change. Here we go again. Changing. People who they show their real selves after 3 months. They say after the honeymoon is over. So that's it. Or the probation period. And if you're in a job, you got 3-month probation. So they have to check you out and make sure you're in the up and up. So that's it. But remember, choose your friends wisely and look out for the signs when they start acting flaky on you. You don't want nobody acting flaky, because flaky is negative. You don't want nobody insulting you. It's flaky. So social media is it could be a good place to make friends. Okay, and it's a place where the worst can come out. Because I can't mention the name. One platform, if they try to contact me, it goes into like a dungeon, and I look and see who it is, and it's so it doesn't go right to your, right inside your account. See, in the past, a friend request will come in, and then you just accept it, and then boom, right into your account. You should check them out. Don't just hit friend. Oh, friend request, ching, 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 ching. No, check out who you're adding. See who it is. To just open the account, it's dangerous. You don't know who that is. A lot of people don't put down where they're from, so you don't know. But see where their last location is, and they'll tell you. Be careful. Remember, choose your friends wisely. Hey, thanks again for listening to this video, and support the channel by subscribing, or support for more videos to come out like this. And I do appreciate you all. And those of you who are subscribed, and I mentioned your names already in the beginning of the video. Thanks again to all my supporters. Mr. Sims, Angela, thank you very much. And the rest of you. But what I'm saying is, hey, I'm here for you. We're going to help heal you, get you grounded, get you feel good. Burn a little smudge in the beginning, smudging of sage, that. Yeah, let me spray some lavender. Spray lavender on yourselves, put it in your hair, put on your clothes. Oh yes, I'm gonna put some lavender in the Amazon wish list. So some of you, those of you want to donate or get it from me, basically, and you get a mention for life. Yes, your life with me. For those of you that get me things, you're a life with me, life membership. So when we move into memberships and stuff, you'll see. But because you're supporting me, and I don't forget. Take care. Bye, everybody, and Shante. To all you, peace, love. I send you peace, love, happiness, protection. Your body protected. Soul protection. Body protection, spiritual protection, emotional protection, physical protection, spiritual protection. I send it all to you. Take care now. Until tomorrow, Mother's Day is the next video. All right. Bye for now. This is Reiki Master Albert. Wishing you best wishes and peace, happiness, and love. Bye-bye.